This is Mary Moss, and I am a partner in the strategic consulting firm called Moss and Ross. My best friend growing up, Susan Ross, and I started this firm 11 years ago. So my first lesson to teach you is look around at who your friends are. You're never going to know right now, but you could be in business with them in many years from now. We decided that we would like to start a strategic development consulting firm for North Carolina nonprofits in this region. We left really fun jobs in order to break away and be entrepreneurial. It was a lot of fun. It was the spring of 2008, and then the fall of 2008 hit, and then it wasn't as fun. We ran into a recession then that certainly had an economic downturn compared, not unlike what we're going through now with COVID-19, the after effects of that. We dedicated ourselves to a mission that would be impact that matters in a place we love. Susan Ross and I grew up in Durham, North Carolina. I live in Raleigh. She's still in Durham. We both went to Chapel Hill. We felt like we could start a firm that would support the nonprofit community in our hometowns. And so that's what we did. And now we have a mission, as I've said, impact that matters in a place we love. And we are in the business of providing experienced and innovative fundraising and strategic counsel to these nonprofits. We've worked with about 190 of them in the past 11 years, so we're very proud of our impact. And we work with all different kinds of nonprofits. We work from UNC, Duke, NCCU, NC State, in the educational world, and we also work with independent schools. And we have a wide swath of regular nonprofits, I'll say, such as the Boys and Girls Clubs, and we've worked with all three habitats. The greatest joy of my life is this work that I'm doing now, but I didn't just walk into it. I prepared well for it, not even knowing what I was preparing for. I spent about 26 years as a development director, raising money for schools, and that gave me the skill sets that I needed to go into consulting. And what are those skill sets? You want to love what you do, love the nonprofits, find your passion. Everyone will tell you that, and it's absolutely true. And I found mine working as a director of development in schools and volunteering for other types of nonprofits in the region where I grew up. In addition to that, you have to care about relationships. Development and nonprofit fundraising is about relationships. We don't really care about the job. We care about the relationship that we're building during that engagement, so that they'll call us back and not think about other consultants in the area. And we've worked hard to do that, to build our 190 client base over these past years. We also really, you want to be someone who's focused on helping. This is nonprofits are in the world of helping, whether it's a hospital, whether it's a drug rehab recovery unit, whether it's a homeless center, whether it's a school. You really dedicate yourself to helping others. And so this is something that I didn't know I was going to have the good fortune to start this consulting firm, but I did know one thing. I did know how much I cared about my community and about trying to help and reach out with other populations. And we've had a great time doing it. That's another thing. Pick something you love so that you do it more time than you spend at home, so you may as well love what you do. At your ages now, 13 to 18, whatever in that time frame, advice that I would have for you would be to try to have a volunteer role or an internship role that could really help you define your passion and get some experience to see if you really enjoy this field as much as we do. One of the great misnomers about working in and with the nonprofit community is that It is an easier job than working in the for-profit community. I'm here to tell you that is a misnomer. Nonprofit leaders work so hard 24/7, and the satisfaction that we as consultants have in this world is when I go to bed at night, I'm exhausted, just like they are. It's a hard job that we have in this consulting world because the problems are complex. They're what you read about in the newspaper, online, and see on TV. Really hard to solve homelessness. And so we go to bed exhausted trying to put our best effort into how to help people find a place to spend the night, and that matters to us. And at the end of the day, I feel like I've really done something. I really feel like we've moved the needle a little bit if we've helped empower Wake Ed Partnership. What a great example. They are formed to help school children in Wake County. This is my home. This is where I live, and I'm going to give a big shout out to Wake Ed Partnership and the work that they've done in STEM and other areas. And right now with this career conversation, what a great opportunity to expose students to different career fields. One of my great joys also is the relationships that I've built over these years. You know, the Triangle is a small place. This is the region where I've grown up, where I've lived most of my life. I've raised my family here. And so I've met so many different types of people. And when I go to the grocery store and I run into somebody or see them walking down, you know, the street, it is a joy for me to say, well, how is Oak City Cares? How is that organization doing? That's one that is a brand new day shelter and hub for the homeless, located in Southeast Raleigh. When I see people in faith communities, we work a lot in that area. How's your church doing? How's your synagogue? I can connect with my community in a way that gives me such satisfaction in addition to the work that we do. If I were advising you right now and you wanted to know, hey, is this a career for me? I would say the sky is the limit for you. You can do what I do and work up into consulting, but in addition to that, you can start as an intern. You can start as a volunteer. You can have a lemonade stand. You can help children with cancer. You can support animals. All those things that I just named are nonprofits, and I would encourage you to do that at this age. Then you work your way up into a paid internship, and you decide if you like the work. There's a lot of stuffing envelopes. There's a lot of phone calls. There are a lot of visits, meet and greets, and you really have to love sort of putting yourself out there if you're going to be in this field. I've loved that. In addition to that, I would say read about your community, know your community, and know what the problems are that you're trying to solve. I've named a few, and only a few, because we've had 190 clients with all different kinds of problems. But then, you know, sort of test yourself out. Don't carve the path too soon. Test yourself out in different pathways and say, and try to figure out what makes you happy as a human being in this world. What impact can you make? At the end of the day, work is about impact. It's not about drawing a salary. I was asked to talk about how much money you can make. You can make a good salary in development. You can work in the development field like I did for nearly 26, 7 years, and my partner did for close to 30 years, Susan Ross. And you can provide for your family. You can provide, you can really do well in this field. But it comes with practice like anything else. If you're going to go to work for a for-profit corporation, you don't start at the top. You start right where they take you, and you earn your stripes, so to speak, as you go up and learn different skills. This is a job that at the end of my career, and I'm not there yet, but at the end of my career, I will look back on and say, wow, I built the steps and the scaffolding to be a consultant. I worked hard to get to where I am now. I've been working since I was 16 in some job or another, so I never stopped, not having children or anything else. And it's been a joy and a pleasure, and I just hope that the work that we've done has made our community a better place to live in. There's room for all kinds of businesses, and the nonprofits own a great big piece of this quality of life issue in the Research Triangle area. So I encourage you, if you decide that you would like to talk to me more, reach out to the folks at WakeEd, say, hey, I'd like to talk to that Mary Moss and find out more about her job. I would welcome that at any time. I wish you well. I know that this has been kind of a strange year, understatement, in the past few months, but you're going to turn that corner and you're going to be stronger for it. And you will have seen during this time period an even greater impact on the from the nonprofit community as they have reached out to help those who've needed help most. Thanks for asking me, and I'm glad you were able to join this conversation, and I look forward to somehow meeting some of you who might watch this in the near future. Take care.